Girl,
Yo, what's going on, man?
what's the word with you, dog?
Ain't shit. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good, fam.
That's good, man. We're gonna get this thing going. Have a couple people join in, man. I was gonna Chiz is in here. I was gonna tap on him too. I
Cheers.
appreciate you, Chiz, man, for putting this thing together, bro. Helping me put this thing together. Appreciate you, bro. Um, man, I appreciate you for taking the time too, Coombs, man. I really appreciate it, bro.
Definitely,
Um,
definitely.
I think what you think about that video, man, I put together for you.
Nah, that shit was dope. I forgot about some of them clips, so that was definitely I appreciate that. That was dope. Definitely elite.
Nah, appreciate that, bro. Yeah, a lot of the I was going through a bunch of them clips. I'm like, damn, it looked like you was like media trained. You was handling all those cameras and really carrying it a very professional way. You feel what I'm
I,
saying?
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
But still being you. So why I wanted to kind of tap in with you, man, was because I feel like when I'm around a lot of these kids doing like my tournament and really training with these kids on a day-to-day basis, I ask them about certain people. And I say, hey, do
Yep.
you know such and such? Do you know this person? And a lot of times they tell me no, and I'm just totally blown away. But then I
Right.
realized like I am almost like 10, 12 years older than these individuals. You feel what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Right. Right.
But history should still be documented and it should always be passed down. So
Absolutely.
I feel like individuals like yourself and people that I have on this show, I want to continue to keep those stories alive and have those young boys and young men understand and learn from these lessons that we went through, understand how it was before, and show them that it's very parallel. The only thing changing is the time.
Exactly. Exactly. Yep.
So
You're
what is
absolutely
your
right.
perspective? What is your perspective of like? We'll get into everything else, but what's your perspective of like the kids now? Do you kind of see some of them playing and kind of their game and like what the state of basketball is right now for basketball and just
Yeah, I catch a lot of them. Well, I catch a lot of them on social media. I'm not I don't know any of them too personally, but I
yeah.
do catch a lot of them. I seen we have some good talent in the city this year. Like I seen the kid put up a quadruple double. So I do follow, and we definitely have some talent. A lot of the kids did go prep school, so the city is not as strong as it once was. But
Yeah.
it's definitely some talent up here. We got some NBA guys, some younger guys from the city. So we're looking good. Boston's looking promising.
So we're gonna get straight into this, man. We're gonna get straight into it, man. So for you, what was it like growing up in Boston? What was kind of like your upbringing?
Um, I didn't have it. I didn't have it too rough. I had my mom worked really hard. She been on her job for a while, so I always been pretty solid.
Yeah.
From Dorchester. Started playing ball around like 10, 11 years old. Came out to Dorchester Y and stuff like that. Playing with Pumpkin.
How'd you get how you kind of get introduced to playing?
Um, I was tall and active, so um,
Mm.
just just hang around with some of my guys and we go to the park. I was pretty solid at it, so just stuck with it, and
Yeah.
that's where it came from. Yeah.
And then kind of like when do you kind of start to get a feel for it and like join a team? Like did you join like a league school team or like what was like one
My
of the first teams you
I,
joined?
I actually played AAU really early. I played AAU actually when I was in fifth grade.
Mm.
Um, Pumpkin met somebody and they needed a player, and I actually played with them and played in the state tournament.
What
In
grade
the
was
state,
that?
that was fifth grade. This was at UMass Boston when I played.
Okay.
Yeah, this is when the Boston Blazers and all that was around.
That's throwback for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yo, shout out to Pumpkin. So what was because I just had my pops on before you was on and we were kind of talking about how back in the day the individuals like Pumpkin, my pops,
Yep.
YABC, like a lot of these programs that were kind of developed before, it was from the ground up. It was people from the street, from Boston, that wanted
Yep.
to kind of take the youth and guide them. So like, what did you see in your perspective of like seeing Pumpkin grind and putting everything together? What was that like for you growing up?
Um. Now that I look back at it, it's kind of inspiring because he wasn't getting the big check that the BABCs and the expressions and them guys is getting. So everything
Yeah.
out of here is coming from his pocket.
Mm-hmm.
You know. And he was really in tune with us. Like he was a great coach. We could relate to him. We could talk to him about literally anything.
Mm.
He had players staying at his house and stuff. So it was more like he was more family oriented. But like I said, he didn't have the budget that these other guys had. So
Mm.
You know, it's tough. You know, we driving 12, 13 hours to a tournament, whereas BABC, you know, we just hop on a flight. So.
But what was that? It's amazing that you bring it up because I feel like towards the end of like my pops and I've having his program, that was when like they will hold kind of like things over your head. Like, oh, I got these sneakers for you, join this team, or I got this for you, join this team. So like, did you kind of see people start to migrate early and kind of go with the bigger AU programs, or you
Um,
wanted to kind of stay loyal and kind of do those things from the beginning?
how I started was because they didn't have a younger team. They didn't have a ninth grade team BABC. They were just strictly Leo was just strictly with the older guys, with the girlies, and you know, so we didn't have a team. So I'm not sure if you heard of Chris Driscoll. He was like one of Leo's guys. He basically recruited everybody, but he came to me and Bishop, you know, Daryl Bishop, and
Yep, shout out to Bishop.
yep, he asked pretty much who would you like on the team. So we pretty much put the team together.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we had a solid team. We won a few tournaments, and then we started going to national tournaments, and that's we expanded our team. That's when we picked up guys like Malik from your neighborhood.
Yep, shout out to my bro.
Yep, Gerard, guys like
So
him.
before we get into that, because I'm gonna get into that. Let me get it. So when did you join? When did you join BABC?
I joined BABC my freshman year.
Okay.
Yep, right after Charlestown.
So before that started, it was BNBL, right?
Yep, exactly.
Take us to BNBL because I feel like a lot of the people don't really understand how intense that was. Like every
Yeah,
you know every site you had that one team, at least one team that you go in that every single time. You know what I mean? It's intense, and then when you keep going to the Reggie Lewis and things like that. So just talk a little bit about your experience with BNBL and what was that like?
Yeah, BNBL. If I could compare it to like a city vibe, like that was our NCAA tournament, the BNBL. You know what I'm saying? So because you had like you said, you had a few different sites, and then you know, you had dogs at every site. This is when everybody was playing basketball. You know, so you know it was a whole bunch of guys in the city.
For sure.
So yeah, you had to make it out your site, so that was always a fight, especially when we played. I played at Madison, then I played at Fields Corner. So when I first started, I had to go against Jamal Turner and them guys, so that was always tough. And then out of Madison, you got to go through Mission and all that. So you know, it was always very competitive.
And then how was that like? How was that experience? Because now it's like a little bit different, but like with those games, you had to worry about the game. You had to also worry about outside of the game. You know what I'm saying? Like you playing, but you also peeping your surroundings at the same time. So how was you able to kind of like stay laser focused and still focus on the game, but also make sure that you and your people's just straight at the same time?
Right. Luckily for me, I didn't I was never into that like the street side of Boston. You know, I was never into that. You know, obviously we're affiliated with a lot of guys, but I was never into it. So I didn't I was more focused on basketball, to be honest. I wasn't really worried about that.
Yeah. So when you guys made it to the Fins, right? A couple times?
Yeah, exactly. I won it one time, 13 under. That was the only time I won it.
Who did y'all play against?
I think we ended up beating I know we beat OP to get out of there. That was like our championship to get out of our site, really. But I think we had to go through Mission, obviously.
Yep. Who did they have at that time?
Who's that, OP?
No, Mission.
Mission had that was Radio and them guys. Radio Baz didn't play. Baz was a little younger. Radio, who's that? Them guys. They had a squad. That's when what's his name? Terrence. Terrence
was tough.
Yeah, that's when he was crazy. So yeah, they had a pretty deep team. It was good.
And then kind of moving on to like, when did you decide kind of going to the 8th grade year? When did you decide that? Did you go to Charlestown first? Then you go to Charlestown?
Yeah, yep.
So when did you decide to kind of make that move, and what went into that decision making?
So going into high school, I was really trying to go with my friends. Like at the time, I was trying to go to Brighton. But,
shout out, little Brandon too.
Yeah, exactly. So but Jack came to my house. He came to my house. He impressed my family. He actually bought Derek Coleman bought. That's when Derek Coleman was he was hot. Wow. He was really good. So he came by, he sat down, and yeah, he got me to come there.
So what do you have like a funny Jack O'Brien story? Because Lance is my dog. That's my bro. And he always kind of tells a bunch of like Jack stories. And I remember Jack coming to the projects and sitting out and watching the Midnight Madness games. And he's just very comfortable. He's just chilling, just in his own lane. So, and I hear so many other stories of him just kind of like putting himself in your environment and showing he's comfortable and he just wants to show support. So, you have like any crazy stories about that?
Not really no crazy stories, because I played JV there my only year there. I played about 5 varsity games when I got moved up to the state. So I don't really but what I can tell you, he was out of all the coaches I had, he's probably like a top 3 coach as far as like
really
like yeah, his practices was really college like when I to compare it to colleges, like his practices was really advanced. So shout out to Jack O'Brien. He's elite.
So what type of things would he do? Because I heard things about you doing suicides with bricks and just I heard all these crazy stories.
With bricks. You know, we had practices on the weekends and snowstorms and yeah, he was just very enthusiastic. He was a great coach. I never had nothing against him. Even though I didn't know he had me planning on playing JV. I'll never have nothing against him.
So my pop just said y'all beat us at the fence. Look, I don't even remember. That's crazy.
Okay, yeah.
Because I remember we played there. I can't remember who we played against. That's crazy though.
That was 13 under then. Okay.
Yeah, that was 13 under. Yeah, I think that's the only time we made it to the fence.
Yeah,
we lost in the semis one time too to YBC. But so what was it like though being in Charlestown? Because that was like, shout out to peeing on the check-in. Used to get real in our practices. Y'all would like you know how in New York you got like the what's that school that Lance Stevenson went to? I can't remember the name right now. Lincoln. You had like the Lincolns and all these other schools. You guys were like the first kind of like dynasty type of like program within like Boston basketball. You had Madison and EC and things like that. But just the way kind of Charlestown was ran, and you had all the top recruits. You may have people like you that's on the bench. Right. And then you got to know another starting 5 that's elite too. So like, how is that just competing against each other in that competitive environment that y'all had and that family oriented that y'all had?
Oh yeah, Charlestown definitely made me better. Like I played with them, like the older guys, like during pickup and stuff, and those got really intense, the pickup games and shit like that. So it definitely made me better. There was a lot of talent there, you know. Troy Gillenwater was also there, so it was a lot of talent.
Shout out to Troy, yep. So who is like you competing against for like your position and your minutes? Was there a particular person that you kind of like had to kind of go at?
Nope. To be honest, I didn't compete for no minutes. I didn't get no minutes. I played like I ain't gonna lie. I played like 5 games in the tournament. I probably played like 10 minutes. I didn't even score a bucket.
Wow.
As a varsity player at Charlestown.
So when did you make that transition?
At Charlestown, I got a call. I was outside. I think we had like a fire alarm or something like that, and I got a call from Chris Driscoll. And prior to that, I was trying to get into prep schools. So he was going up to prep schools, but my grades was horrible. So I visited probably like 5 prep schools. They was all interested, but they couldn't take me because of my grades. So
and this is what year?
This is
sophomore or still freshman?
No, it's my freshman year at Charlestown.
Okay.
Yep. This is like April probably. So I get a call from Chris Driscoll while I'm in school, and he's telling me he found a school that would take me. He told me Lawrence Academy would take me, but I had to repeat. So it was a no-brainer. I was with it as soon as I heard it.
So you went there, and then how did it go to that transition to go to Tilton?
So I had a pit stop. From Lawrence Academy. I went to Lynching. Okay. I went to Lynching, and yeah, that experience was terrible. But it made me better. I was playing with a lot of older guys there. I was a sophomore. I was playing like a lot of postgraduate guys there. And, yep. And then after that, me and Alex, Chris Driscoll came to us again, like, you guys want to stay here? I'm out. So Alex, he decided he wanted to go too. And we played Tilton that year when I was at Winchton. And and the coach reached out to us. He met with us. We had dinner and stuff. He asked if we want to come there, and it was history from there. He just pretty much.
So you and Alex, man, how did y'all kind of build that relationship? Because you guys, I feel like y'all were like 1 and 2 every time. Maybe like outside the court, I don't know how the relationship was, but when I kind of seen you guys on the court and make a transition, whether that be to Tilt and UConn, you always seem to have like a really good chemistry and bond with each other. So how was that kind of like just riding with him on the basketball court and just y'all relationship?
So yeah, me and Alex, we met because he was playing with John Carroll and Austin Carroll for like the Warriors, and
Yep.
he was like one of the best. He was probably like the best big man we used to play against. Like we used to spank them, but he used to always be solid. Like he'll block some shots and had a couple post moves, and we didn't have no big man really, so we connected with him. We getting him over, and we really came close when, at Winchendon because we were roommates at Winchendon for that year.
Yep.
And then we made that move to Tilton, and we just roommates there for 2 years. And
so before that, y'all were y'all on BABC before that, or that was your first time playing with each other?
That was our first time playing with each other with BABC.
Okay. Because y'all was stacked. Y'all had like you talked about, you, Alex, Bishop, Malik, who else did y'all have? This is Phil Preston.
Gerard Coleman.
So what was that like? Because y'all were, I remember we played against y'all before. That was before Malik joined BABC. And I remember that was a really intense game. But what was that kind of like with y'all just kind of riding together, and y'all the top team? Not only in Boston, but y'all were looking at the top team in the state.
Right.
So what was that like?
Cool. It was cool because we had a small group. It was only about 7 of us, and we was all really close. Like we was all really close. It did take us a little time to gel because like it's so much talent. Everybody want to score. That's and at this time, these guys is playing for scholarships for various schools. So but we gelled pretty quick. And we took off.
What's one of like a memorable game that you can kind of think of that kind of you look back at the team? You have those moments where you're playing and then you're just in the middle like, yo, this team is really good. Or like we really click it. Like you ever have like a standout time?
Yeah, we ran through Peach Jam. They gave us like a really tough pool, like a Peach Jam tournament. And we ran through that pool undefeated. And we had it was some good players in there. We played against the Marcus Cousins that day over there. We played against some guys. And, we had a good trip in Italy. We ended up coming up short. I think we lost in like the Elite Eight.
You can't stun on me like that and just brush away. What y'all doing in Italy, man? That's not a regular trip, man.
Yeah, we had a tournament in Italy.
Wow.
Yeah, it was cool. It was some talent out there. We lost a tough game. But now that was actually Gerard's first tournament with us.
Was that y'all playing against professionals?
I'm pretty sure some of them guys play professional because them guys they start young out there, so I'm pretty sure they was playing. A couple of them guys was playing professionals, definitely. Definitely.
So just kind of transitioning. So how was it like before we get off of this? How was it like just working with Leo? Because feel like he brought, like you said, brought a lot of good talent together, but I feel like he was kind of instrumental in kind of helping people after that high school transition. So what's like your relationship with him, and how was he able to kind of help you transition?
Leo was solid. I heard a lot of stories about him, but as our group, we never had no problems with Leo. He always took care of us. Everywhere we went, we stayed in great place. So always fed us, and we didn't have to spend no money. So shout out to Leo, definitely.
So you going to Tilton, did you start to feel comfortable there, or when did you start to feel comfortable there that this is kind of your school and you making a name for yourself?
Yeah, right away. Because again, we got the kind of we got the handpick. Because my coach, he asked us, because we needed a point guard. So Jamal Turner, he was hot at the time too. I already was looking at postgraduate year, so that was a no-brainer. We got Jamal up there. We had a shooter up there that was pretty solid.
Yep.
And we did well. We did well up there that year, our first year there.
And that was your sophomore year or your junior year?
My junior year.
Yep. Okay. How far did you guys go?
We won the championship that year.
The first year.
Yeah, first year. Yep, we won the championship.
Wow, who'd you guys play against to close it out?
School called Marianapolis.
Okay.
And who ended up going there? Chris Flores ended up going there the following year, and we
Oh,
played
shout
him in
out to
the
Chris.
championship again.
So I remember, I don't know if this is true, but I remember AU, there was like, you go to a tournament and there's like whispers, like, oh, this person is looking at this school and that school. I remember at a young age, I don't know if it's true, but that UConn was looking at you as a youngster.
Right.
And I remember that was like kind of the whispers around, like, yeah, they're looking at Coombs already. So was there any like truth to that? And when did they start to look? And when did you kind of realize they were kind of watching you?
It was in Florida. I was actually playing up. I was playing with Gurley and them. I played spot minutes. They didn't have no bigs. You know, that wasn't a really good team. Like Gurley, he didn't he didn't have a lot of help outside of Farno, and they didn't have like a good group. They didn't really have a that was a
Yeah.
bad time for them. But now Gurley, he did his thing. He averages 30 points and stuff, but they didn't have no bigs. So me and Alex had a little size, so they would use me and Alex to play spot minutes here and there.
Yep.
And yeah, and I remember we was in Florida, and then all the coaches was out there watching these guys and stuff, and I think that's when after that I got a scholarship offer from them guys.
And that was what year you in?
I was a sophomore. Sophomore in high school.
Was that like, what was that for you though? Because like, you from Boston, like you say, you just started playing, you had length and you were ready, and then now
Yep.
you developed your talent, and now you're getting looked at as a top D1 school. Like, what did that feel like for you?
No, it definitely felt good at a young age. It definitely felt good. I definitely worked for it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely a good time. I was excited about it. It was a Hall of Fame coach, schools down the street from us. And,
Yep.
it was a good situation at the time.
So at that time, when you seen they started looking at you and kind of wanted you there, did you have a sign of relief, or you like, nah, now it's time to kind of work even harder and turn up even more? Like, what was kind of your mindset after you realized that?
I had a sigh of relief as far as playing in front of coaches. I didn't have to. I'm sure that brought a lot of pressure upon some guys on our team. Just trying to impress certain schools you want to go to.
Yep.
And stuff. So I didn't have that pressure. So which was good. That was a good thing. And I was making sure that my teammates look good. Impress these guys.
Yeah.
So I was definitely very unselfish and all that.
So then Tilton comes around your senior year. What is kind of like your mindset going into that senior year, knowing that your next step is going to UConn? Is it like a certain mindset that you went in on that senior year?
Yeah, my goal that year was to be a Jordan's All-American that year. That was my goal going into the year. And that year we brought in Gerard. We brought in Gerard that year. So basically he replaced Jamal Turner.
Okay.
And yeah, we had a good year again. We started off the year good. And I think we ended up finishing like 29-2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we ended up winning the championship again, and then we got invited to the national prep tournament as the eighth seed. And it was
How many teams?
8 teams.
Oh, okay.
Right. So and we ended up winning that too. So that was big for us. Big for the school.
Wow. So you're kind of like the tenure of your high school career is very successful.
Yeah, I definitely had a good high school career.
And going into, I know you were invited. You were at the LeBron camp. Is that
right?
Correct?
Right.
So how did you hear about that?
So prior to the year I got there, Alex went there, and he got invited the year before me.
Mm-hmm.
And
I remember that too.
Yeah. So I so I just worked my tail off. I just worked my ass off, and I just told myself I was gonna get invited next year, and sure enough, it happened.
And how did you get the invite? Did it come to your house, or someone told you?
So how they did it was they split it up in positions. So they have the guards. So it'll be the top 20 guards, and they go to the Steve Nash camp, and then the top 20 wings will go to the Vince Carter camp, and then another top 20 wings will go to the was it Paul? It might have been Paul Pierce camp,
Mm-hmm.
and then the top 20 bigs would go to, I think at the time it was Amari Stoudemire. So it was 80. They had 80 players,
Okay.
and then from there you get another invite, automatic invite to the LeBron camp. So all 80 of y'all go to the LeBron camp.
That's fire.
Yeah, that was cool. That was dope.
So did you go to one of the other camps before you went to the LeBron?
Yeah, I was at the Vince Carter camp.
How was that experience?
That was dope. So yeah, yeah. You know, you get to compete with all the guys in your position. You know, see where you're at.
Yep.
You know, so that was definitely dope. I had a good time there.
So once you were at that one and you knew LeBron was next, did you just work up, train a little bit harder before going to that camp? What was kind of
Oh
like
yeah,
your mindset
definitely,
leading to it?
definitely. I was definitely at school taking extra jump shots by myself. You know, had the shooting gun. I was definitely getting ready for that. Absolutely.
So take us through just because not a lot of people could say they were at that camp, and he's one of the greatest players to ever play basketball. So I just want to kind of like walk people through this experience. So like what was the camp at?
It was in Ohio. His hometown.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's in
Okay.
Ohio. Yep. So
So
you
when you
get
first arrived at the gym, what was kind of just
so
walk us through that.
we get there at nighttime, and they give you a big ass duffel bag full of full of LeBron shit, sneakers and all that,
Mm-hmm.
socks, gear and all that, and they give you a schedule for the morning, and basically you're on schedule from like 8 in the morning to like 8 at night,
Mm.
and it's for like I think the camp was for like 4 days. So by like the second, third day, you got guys faking injuries, and yeah, it was crazy.
Mm.
But I had a good team that actually played with John Wall there. He was on my team there at the LeBron camp. So yeah.
Wow. Y'all were the same year?
Yeah, we the same
Mm.
class. Yeah,
And so they paired you guys up, and then you guys just stayed with that team and then competed against each other?
exactly. Yep.
So what was at the end? Did you I heard that you guys played against LeBron. How did that work?
My year he didn't play.
Okay.
I think that was the only year he didn't play. He was just chilling that year. That was OJ Mayo's rookie year. He was
Mm.
there, so he was just chilling. They was just chilling.
Did you have like one of your tough one-on-one battles that you guys are kind of going against each other? Any like notable names or people that you remember, even if they're not notable, but any like battles that you had over there?
Um, no. To be honest, no.
Mm.
To be honest, no.
Okay. So leading up after that, are you
Yep.
kind of on a high, your confidence really on a certain level? Like what do you leave, what are you taking away from you just going to these like you said, the Vince Carter camp, then the LeBron camp? What is kind
Yep.
of your mindset now?
So now we're going into our last year at AAU, and my mindset's just to win every tournament.
Mm.
To win every tournament, and now we was quite successful. We won pretty much every tournament. We lost Peace Jam in the championship. Every
Yep.
tournament we was in the championship.
Mm. So now you win the championship for high school. Now you transition into going into college. So what was kind of your thinking of like how it would be before kind of even getting there, of like packing your bags, getting ready, like what
So
was your
my senior year actually, I was about to decommit. I was about
oh
to
wow.
decommit because UConn had just signed another wing player,
Mm.
and so going into some, I was thinking me going in there, I was gonna be playing behind or sharing minutes with two other wing players who already been there. One of them had been a sophomore, and one's gonna be a senior.
Mm.
You know, so that drew a red flag for me. So I told Chris Driscoll, I'm like, yeah, I think I want to decommit. He told Calhoun and them, and that's when they came up to Tilton, and somehow they convinced me to stay.
Mm. Do you regret it?
I don't. I
Mm.
don't. To be honest, I
That's
don't.
dope. That's dope. So did you and Alex commit at the same time?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
We did.
That's
Yep.
dope. That's dope. So first day, man, you get on campus. How does it feel, man? You're a D1 athlete. This is something that you kind of worked very hard for. You're at one of the top schools in the country. What did that feel like for you?
It felt good because so you know, guys after their senior year going into college, they go up to this school in the summertime, work out and stuff.
Yep.
I wasn't allowed because my scores and stuff was on my SAT wasn't high enough and stuff. So I had to take some summer classes
Mm.
back in high school and stuff.
Yep.
So I missed the whole summer workout, the lifting weights and all that stuff. So and I even missed I think I missed like the first 2 or 3 games of the season due to that. So I
Mm.
came in a little behind, but no, it was good. It was a good experience, definitely.
Was it a culture shock, or you were kind of like really comfortable, kind of being like, living on campus, kind of be your first time, kind of being alone? What was that like as far as like
It
off
wasn't too
basketball
much
stuff?
of a culture shock because I spent 4 years in prep school in boarding school, so
Yep.
the only real difference was the freedom. Obviously, you could roam whenever you want, pretty much do whatever you want.
Yeah. So that first practice, you knew who was that senior that you talked about when the sophomore? What was kind of your mentality? Was it to kind of go at them and prove that you wanted those minutes, or what was kind of your mindset
So
that first
so
practice?
so the guy who would have been a sophomore, he ended up getting kicked out.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so that was Nate Miles. He ended up getting kicked out. So it was just Stanley Robinson there. So I knew he was gonna play majority of the minutes. He was fighting for NBA career and all that. So
Yep.
um, that was a good experience. He actually helped me a lot actually. So it was
Mm.
it was good.
So that group that you had that first year, was that Kimba's first year as well, or that was the second?
That was his sophomore year.
That
Yep.
was the sophomore year.
That was
Okay.
his.
Okay. And what did you kind of feel like about the team when y'all kind of like first came together?
Um, that team wasn't. We wasn't too together that team. Pretty much the seniors. We had like probably like 4 seniors. They all did their own thing.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So and it kind of showed. It kind of showed on the court. Like the team, we was more talented than the team that won the championship that year, but
Mm.
the team didn't gel out of the championship team did.
Yeah. So after that, what's kind of like your how was the coaching style compared to like where you were coming from, like with Till in Charlestown, which you did, and then now you're with like a top Hall of Fame coach with Calhoun. Like, how was that working with him and being coached by him?
Um, the respect level that he gets and the demand, like every practice before when he comes in, like we got to clap until he comes all the way to the huddle, and just the respect level he gets from everybody on campus, and his track record, his resume was elite. So
Mm.
he was a good coach, definitely.
Is it something that you kind of stood out to in your freshman year that you had to kind of continue to work on to maybe get more minutes and more playing time? Like, what did you kind of see with your game had to take that next level?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I was trying to become a shooter. I was never known like to be a shooter and stuff, so I was trying to become a shooter because there the guards had the ball 90% of the time, so I had to space the floor. So I had to, that was definitely an adjustment.
Mm-hmm.
Spacing the floor. I didn't have the ball in my hand for the first time in my career,
Mm.
so adjustments like that I had to try to make.
And what was that? What was the maybe the biggest hurdle that you had to overcome going from high school to college? Because whatever kind of division you go in, and you're at a top Division 1 school, but whatever kind of school you're going to, where high school to college, everybody was the man coming from high school.
Exactly. That
You know what
that's
I
the
mean? So
biggest adjustment. That's
what
the
was
biggest.
that for you? What was like that for you?
Because my whole career, like I said, I had the ball in my hand, making plays, and kind of there. Um, it's more like a guard school if you think about all the guys that came out of there, and the balls in the guard's hands. So that was a big adjustment for me. I didn't know that coming in.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the things. Yeah, that was my toughest adjustment right there, and yeah, just fighting for minutes. I never had to fight for minutes, so that was tough for me too.
Now, did that make you a lot tougher mentally?
Um, Not that year, no, because I didn't understand why I wasn't playing more,
Mm.
you know. So that year, I didn't. I was that year. That wasn't a good year mentally for me, my freshman year.
Mm. Cause I feel like a lot of times it's like the ego that we have, or that thought process that we have, like, yo, I should be playing. I'm the man. Like, I know I can do this, and that. So how are you able to like manage that to still come into practice every day, work hard, and not, lash out on the coaches, or just kind of keep yourself level-headed, even though I know it's challenging for you. How were you able
Right.
to kind of stay on that path though?
Because I was just so loving basketball. I was just so in love with basketball. I just used practice, as a time to play basketball, the time to compete, against
Mm.
guys. So I never came into practice, salty from the game. If I didn't play much, I always still come in practice, compete. Just out of the love of the game.
Mm. Nah, for sure, for sure. So, how did you guys end up that freshman year? How did you guys how did it play out?
We ended up playing in the NIT. We lost in the second round to Virginia Tech at Virginia Tech.
Yep.
Um, yeah, it was a pretty disappointing season for the
So,
talent.
what was kind of the coaching staff's kind of like speech going into the next year after that last game? What was kind of the thing that they kind of left you guys with on just to build for the next year?
Leadership. We didn't
Mm.
have a lot of leadership that year, and yeah, they was big on leadership the next coming year, and we had great leadership from Kimba. Um, yeah, we was more together, that team. Everybody got along with each other. Everybody was pretty close. Everybody was really close, actually. So it
So
was,
that summer after your freshman year, take me through that. What was going on in that summer? Did you stay on campus? Did you go back home and just work on your game?
yeah,
How did you do
I
that?
went home for a few weeks, and then I got back on campus and started working out and stuff. And yeah, everybody was up there. The only person I wasn't up there was Kemba. Kemba, he was away. He was working out with the USA team.
Mm.
So that was big for him. That he made a big jump from that.
And what was that like for you being at UConn your first year and then coming back to Boston? And people kind of just like, because I know me personally, I'm like, yo, I feel like we didn't have like, the close relationship at that
Right.
time, you know what I mean,
We
anything
played
like
against
that.
each
But
other a lot. Right.
played against each other a lot, and then like
Yep.
I just feel like you was just real. You feel what I'm saying? I'm
Yep.
like I feel like I can relate to you, and I was happy for you. Like you one of my best
Appreciate it.
homies. You feel what I'm saying? I'm like
Exactly.
you representing us well. You still being you. You feel what I'm
I
saying? So
appreciate it.
like, what was that love like coming back to the city and just people like being proud of everything you're doing? Like, what did that feel like for you?
No, it definitely felt good. It was rewarding. For the hard work we put in, and it's just good to see that making the people that mean something to you proud.
Yeah. So then that sophomore year, take us into that sophomore year. How you guys that first coming together? Did it instantly feel different?
Um, yeah, because it was like more younger guys. It was all like freshmen and sophomores, and like a couple of juniors. So it was more like a younger group.
Yeah.
So we all had stuff in common and stuff. So it was like it was more together.
Mm. Then you look around, you got three Boston heads on there. You,
Right.
Shabazz, and then Alex. So what was
Yeah.
that like? Because you were people that you know what I mean, you played against your whole career and your whole life basically. And now y'all playing D1 college together, one of the top schools in the country. Did that feel good for you? How did that feel?
Yeah, that definitely felt good. We was all close up there too. Like even during pickup and stuff, we all played on the same team and stuff. So now we was definitely close. We was definitely with each other.
But they still, I remember kind of watching. They still didn't have you guys high at all, though. I remember that because that first year was a little bit disappointing. But I just remember like ESPN and things like that. They weren't really high on you guys.
Yeah,
Um,
because we didn't have a good have a good conference in the year. We didn't play good out in our conference that year. We finished like probably like sixth, seventh in our conference.
mm.
So yeah, I think they fell off the bandwagon. Even though we won the a couple of tournaments, won the Maui tournament out in Hawaii and
I
stuff
was
like
just about to get to that. Yep. So going into that tournament, once you guys like your ranking was a little bit low, right? Going
that.
into that.
Yeah, yep. I think we was probably like late 20s, maybe something like that.
And
I'm
so
not sure.
what was kind of like was that the first tournament of the year?
Yeah, yep. That was Thanksgiving, November. Yep.
So what was that like? That first tournament, you guys out there, the first game. Take us kind of through that before winning the tournament. How did the first game go? You remember?
Yep. The first game we played Wichita State, and they was solid. That's when they was getting a little mid-major powerhouse going and stuff.
Mm.
So we was actually losing that game at halftime. Um, and Kemba had a big half the second half. I think he had like 30 points the second half. and yeah, you know, squeaking by Wichita State.
Shout out to Alex on the check-in.
Okay, okay,
We got to get you up here, bro.
definitely.
But so that Maui tournament, I just remember like it was kind of like one of those Cinderella stories.
Right,
where no one had y'all, but y'all just kept squeezing out the wins. And I feel like after each win, you guys were getting more confident and just more together and playing more fluent. So like, how is that for you? Did you like feel the momentum of y'all kind of coming together and building like a stronger team?
Yeah, yeah, we was having fun out there. Yeah, playing with Kemba was special. He was a special player. You know, he was the best player in the country, so that helped out. You know, that helped a lot too. So, yeah, he was a really good player.
So what was he like? Because that's kind of what really put him on the map. That Maui turn, your team and also him. How was that like? Was he like a person that was like, yo, listen, I know how last year went, but we're gonna do it this year. Like, what was kind of his mentality? Was it more so prove it on the court, or did he kind of like rally everyone together?
Yeah, he rallied everybody together. Yeah, he was super humble, really down to earth. You know, he was just like us, like me and you. You know what I'm saying? Like he was super cool. He was a good dude. That's what makes it.
Go ahead.
What makes it, that's what makes it success. You know, like a good story and stuff. Cause he definitely earned that.
So then after the Maui tournament, going into like the regular season,
Big East play, yeah.
What is the team mindset? What does it feel like? What's the camaraderie like? Are you guys kind of like still going on that momentum and that high, or you guys like, yo, it's like this is not it. We got to keep going from now. What is just like the team mentality?
Yeah, yeah, we definitely trying to continue that high, you know. But in Big East play, we was a bad road team for some reason. We didn't play well on the road a lot. We had so that's what fucked us kind of in the Big East play, our road performance and stuff. So that's how we got the low seed in the Big East tournament.
Yep. So and then for you, because I remember just looking back, you weren't getting like consistent minutes, but when you were out there, you were effective. That's what I felt like. You were effective when you were out there, and then maybe you get taken out. I'm like, damn, why did they take him out? Like he was rolling. You know what I'm saying? So like going off that freshman year where you wasn't really, you said, getting much minutes to the sophomore year, you rolling, and then you get a good thing going, and the worst thing you can do when you get it going is they take you out.
Exactly. That was the most disappointing thing about my sophomore year, because you know, my freshman year, you know, I respected it, the senior plays, you know, and at the time he was better than me, but my sophomore year I felt I was definitely better than the guys I was splitting minutes with.
So when did how'd you guys start off the season? I know you said the big East tournament. So, but how'd you guys start off that season after like the Maui tournament and everything? Did you guys continue to roll or?
Yeah, we started off pretty solid. We had some good wins. We had some big wins. We went out to Texas and got a win out of conference game during the season, during the Big East play and all that.
Yep.
So we went out to Texas and got a big win. Yeah, we had some big wins.
What's the toughest Big East team that you guys competed against on like a consistent basis?
Pitt, without a doubt.
What was those games like? Because they look real physical, man. What was those games like?
Yeah, physical, going through a lot of screens, chasing shooters. Yeah, those are tough games. Pitt, yeah, definitely.
And so, what was that environment like? I know you said you guys, it was a tough kind of road, kind of a tough road team, not a good road team, but what was that experience like? Because not a lot of people can relate to that as well, where you have like 15,000 people that are just going crazy. And so, but you got to stay together as a team, stay locked in. So like, what was that like for you when you guys were on the road against like something like Pitt, where they're going to come out aggressive and give all they got, but you also got the fans too?
Yeah, I played Pitt. We played at Pitt one time. Well, I played at Pitt one time at UConn, which was my sophomore year. And yeah, those fans was out there before the game started. Like they was out there during shoot around, you know, talking their shit. So that was definitely a tough environment. And yeah, they beat the brakes off us out there.
Damn. And that was that the last meeting or one of the first?
That was our first meeting.
Oh, the first meeting. Okay.
Yeah.
So when they came back to y'all house, y'all got it back?
No, we played them one time that year, and then we ended up playing them in the Big East tournament. That's when we got them back. That's when the epic
Yeah,
shit.
I'm gonna get to that
Yeah.
for sure. So okay, so you guys are playing like the Big East play, and like you say, you're not getting as much minutes as you like. But I feel like I don't know what happened behind the scenes or mentality wise, but for me, looking back at it and looking at it during that time, it seemed like you made a switch. It seemed like you're like, okay, while I'm out there, maybe I'm not going to be the top scorer, but I'm going to rebound. I'm going to defend. I'm going to switch. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like every
Right.
screen, like I'm going to work hard. So when did you make that conscious decision to say, like, listen, I'm going to just do whatever it takes? Or did that just organically kind of develop?
It kind of organically developed. Like I said, I felt like honestly, I felt like I was the second best player on the team. So I think it felt like when I started getting rolling, I just felt like you know, it was easy playing off Kimba. You know, he got 3-4 guys looking, playing up, looking at him on defense and stuff. So it was easy playing against him, playing off him. So I was just trying to figure out how to play off him, get to my spots, get layups, easy layups and stuff like that.
Do you remember a game that stand out that kind of was like the switch for you, as far as just like maybe your mentality of the game, or just like finding your role and finding a good niche for yourself?
Probably early in Maui.
Mm-hmm.
Early in Maui. Actually got in trouble out there because like you said, I had it going. Who was we playing? I think we was playing Michigan State. That's when who was there? Draymond was there.
Mm.
And we was playing them, and I got it going, and he took me out, and he tried to shake my hand when I came out. I didn't shake his hand, so he actually tried to throw me off the bench in the middle of the game, and
Wow.
yeah, it was crazy, and that's just one of the assistant coaches told me to just sit there. So after the game in Maui, I had to apologize to the team and shit. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it was crazy.
So, and then kind of leading up to you guys kind of getting to the end of the regular season. Did you guys start to hit like a good stride? As far I know, you said you guys were close, but was there anything that got you guys even closer, or things that really kind of let you guys get that momentum and stride? Or yeah, just how did that mentality go of you guys kind of really getting that momentum going and coming together as a team towards the end?
Like I said, we was together that year. Like we went out a lot together. Like the whole team. We went out together, and we played 2K, shit like that. We used to, after practice and shit, we used to spend time in the locker room. We'd sit in there 2 hours just talking and joking around and shit.
Mm.
So, yeah, it was one of those environments.
And were you guys like, what was the environment like on campus? You guys just won the Maui tournament. You guys are rolling. Did you kind of see it switching, just like how you guys are getting treated on campus and the love you guys were getting?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah, there's definitely a lot of love up there.
Because the people loved you, man.
Yeah, we tried to get Kemba out there more, but he stayed in his room a lot and stuff. But no, we definitely had a good time up there. Definitely had a good time.
So all right, now going into the Big East tournament. What was y'all ranking in that tournament?
We was like a 7th, 8th seed. Yeah, we was pretty far down in the rankings. Yep.
What was that first matchup?
DePaul.
Mm.
Yeah, that was a pretty light game. We knew we was gonna win that game. Then after that, we played. After that, I want to say we played Syracuse. It was either Syracuse. Yeah, I think we played Syracuse after that.
Was that your first time playing in the Garden?
No, that was probably like my 5th time at that point. Because my freshman year we played in there versus John Wall and them, versus Kentucky and them. So yeah, and Duke, we played against Duke in there.
Mm.
So yeah, I played in there a few times before.
Was it a different feel playing out on Madison Square Garden? Like I know, because I know it's real dark though.
Yeah, just coming in, it's a different feel. Like it's a different feel. Yeah, the court, it's special playing in there. Absolutely, definitely.
Did you ever like look at Alex and like Shabazz and shit and just be like, yo, we really here? Like, did you ever have those moments where you really like embrace the moment and like, you know what I mean? Like kind of take yourself out of your body for a second.
Nah, definitely. We definitely enjoyed every moment of it. We was you know, we still kids at the point, you know, so we definitely we had a ball. We was definitely we knew where we was at, and we definitely felt blessed about it, definitely.
So that Syracuse game, like Chiz is saying, that 2-3. What was that like playing against Syracuse? And they got that 2-3. They playing the whole game. I know me personally, I love
Right.
when teams play the 2-3 because you know
Facts.
you get to snipe them out.
That's where I should have went probably, right.
But what was
But
that like playing against them? That top team going to that tournament?
um yeah, that was Syracuse. Yeah, they was tough. That's when yeah, their guard play was really good. That's when Scoop was there, and
Oh, Scoop. Okay. He was...
yeah, Waiters was there.
Mm.
Um, you know, they had bigs. They were they had a guy, what's his name? Chris Joseph. He ended up getting picked up by the Celtics.
Yep.
Yep, they had they had a squad. It was good. It was good. It was tough definitely against his own. But we got out and like transition that game a lot. You know, beat them. You know, they didn't really get to get in the zone a lot that game effectively. So
So then DePaul was a light game. Syracuse got a little more difficult. And
yeah,
then,
Syracuse was good. Syracuse was really good. Syracuse was tough.
then that next game, who y'all had lined up?
Pitt. That was Pitt.
That was a championship.
Nope. Nope. Pitt wasn't a championship. Pitt. No, I'm lying. After that, my fault. After that was Georgetown.
Yeah, okay. Because Pitt was the finals. That was the final game.
Pitt might have been the final game.
Yeah. Yep.
It was
Okay.
Pitt or Louisville. One of them.
Okay. No, I think it was Pitt because remember the step back.
It was Pitt.
It was Pitt. But we'll get into that. So okay, so that next game. So is every game just getting a little bit more competitive, a little more intense? And because you guys, like you said, were a lower seed. Did you feel like at first people kind of underestimating you guys and overlooking y'all?
Yeah, we felt well, I felt Georgetown was a us game too. Like meaning, like I felt like we should win that game. They was good though. They was ranked top. They was probably ranked like top 15.
Mm-hmm.
But I just felt like yeah, I just felt like we was better than them. I felt like we should win that game.
So you get past them, and that was versus Pitt.
Yeah.
And you already know, like you said,
Louisville.
So you playing against Coach Pitino.
Yeah, they was tough.
Who they have that year?
Who was there? Peyton Seaver was there.
Oh, he was tough.
He was tough. Who the fuck was that? Louisville.
Was what's his name? The young guard, the dark skinned dude. Last name Smith, Roscoe? Not Roscoe.
I know
Russ
you
Smith?
talking. Russ Smith. He was supposed to play. He was supposed to play. He was hurt that year.
Okay, he was tough too.
Yeah, he was special. Yeah. Yeah, he missed that year. But nah, it was tough. They had and you know they played a 2-3-2 that year.
Yeah.
That was tough, yeah. And they played small ball, so they had all they spaced you out. Yeah, it was tough.
They pressed too. Did they press you guys a lot?
That was probably like my second. After Pitt, that was like probably the second toughest team to play against was Louisville.
Because they
J.R. Smith brother was there that year.
Oh yeah, Chris Smith. Yep. And did you get a lot of minutes that game? What was it like when you were on the court?
Yep. That game I played a lot. And I played a lot against them. We played up there the year too. And Louisville. We lost to them. So it was a revenge game.
Paul asked, was Terrence Williams there at that time?
The big man? Nah.
Not a guard that went to he ended up being on the Celtics. Athletic dude, kind of big.
Terrence Williams?
Yeah, Terrence Williams, yep.
I don't remember no Terrence Williams.
Okay.
I know he was talking about. Nah, he was there. He was there in like 08. He was gone before I even went to before I even got to UConn.
Oh, okay. So get that past Louisville. They said Louisville was Pitt was the. Let me look this shit. I thought
Louisville was the chip, right?
Yeah, they said Louisville was the chip.
Yeah, see, yep.
So all right, so we'll go to the because the Pitt games how like in with what do you call it? I forgot what they call it. They anyway, basically they say like when something's pushed on you so much, it becomes a reality. So like
Right,
that
right,
Pitt
right, right.
game, they put out more than anything. So subconsciously in our mind, everybody thinks that that's the final game.
Exactly. Nah, I
But
feel you.
just getting back to that game, right? You guys versus Pitt. What was kind of mentality that? Because you know that's gonna be a tough game. I remember they were really, really physical, just kind of coming out the gate. So like, what was that back and forth like?
Yeah, and like I said, they already beat us that year. So now that was a tough game. That's what they had Ashton Gibbs there, and Brad Wanamaker. He
Yep.
played.
Oh, he was tough.
Yeah. So nah, it was tough. It was definitely tough. Baz had a big game that game too. A really big game.
Mm.
Yeah, as a freshman, he played really well.
And I remember he like that was kind of when he kind of started to get more I don't say confidence in the coaches, but they started to really believe in him and let him
Yep.
just be him and create.
Yep. And,
Is that something that just happened, or did you guys kind of tell him in the air like, "Yo, just let him," or it just like happened that way?
like they figured it like early in the
Like I said, man, appreciate you taking the time, man, and chop it up with me, bro.
no doubt.
Appreciate it. You gotta help me get Alex on here, man. We gotta get him on here.
Yeah, I'll definitely get him on here for you. He ain't doing shit.
I remember he played with us at the Sprite tournament 1 year. Him and this other white kid y'all had on their team, Big Boy. I forget his name. But we ended up it was our thing's son. What was homie's son's name? One of the
From where?
coach's son. He played on y'all team too.
Austin Carroll.
Austin, yeah, him and
Yep, yep,
Austin
yep.
ended up playing with us in the Sprite tournament. We ended up kind of like running through that whole tournament.
Yep, yep.
Sprite tournament, that was a dope tournament too, man. Get the cakes, got the Powerade Gatorades.
That shit was fire. Sprite tournament was elite, definitely.
It really was. It really was.
Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah. So you were saying that the coaches started to get a little bit more confidence in with him.
Yeah, definitely. Because they had to figure out a way. Because Kimball started getting doubled a lot, so they had to figure out a way to get Kimball off the ball. And Baz was perfect for that. Baz was crafty, could shoot, could score. So yeah, that was perfect role for him.
Did you share anything with him, like just kind of going off your experience of your freshman year of his first year? Did you kind of share anything with him, or just kind of tell him kind of things to adjust to coming into his freshman year there?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Just told him like how the environment was gonna be and stuff like that. How to deal with the coaching staff, and yeah, he came in right away. He was special right away.
Mm.
He was special.
So that Pitt game, you said he was getting off in that game. So it was very like back and forth and everything like that. But when it my fault, bro.
Yeah, and those Pitt games, yeah,
Water.
getting off was like shit, like 14, 16 points. They so rugged, like you know what I'm saying? Like them games were so low scoring and shit. But
And then
he had a good game that game. I remember that. He had a big game for us.
and what was your mentality? Because a lot of the interviews that I saw was I'm just here to rebound and play defense.
Right. So yeah, I was just trying to get minutes, just trying to figure out how to stay on the court.
Yeah.
That's all I was focused on.
Because you made a key play in the game, man, that saved the game, that rebound.
Right.
Take us kind of through like just leading into that.
It was like an instant play. Seeing Kimberly, I knew obviously everybody knew he was getting the last shot, so he got to the rim. Shot like a little floater, came up short. Everybody contested his shot, so I just snuck in there, got a rebound, called timeout.
Mm. And then y'all get the ball, and like you said, everyone knows the ball's going to him.
Right. So he called the play up in the huddle because they was doing like some weird switching shit. Every time Alex set the screen, so he told me to set the screen, and the scheme they ended up having this. The scheme they had going, he knew he was gonna have McGee on him after that. So
He used to get me tight, by the way, too.
Yeah, he was tough.
Nah, he was.
He was 7 feet. He was like 270. He was tough. Facts.
But you say he drew up the play and he knew he would have McGee on him?
Yeah, he knew he would have McGee on him. And yeah, the rest was history. He did his thing, spaced them out, cleared it out. And yeah, that was epic. Because actually Carmelo was there too. That was his favorite player. And
Oh, wow.
yeah, that was before he met him and all that. And he was, he was sitting next to his mom and stuff. And he's from New York, so that shit was special for him, definitely.
Yeah. Were you shocked, or you were just like, this is just Kemba being Kemba?
Yeah, I didn't even know he dropped him, to be honest, until like after I did it. Like, yeah, I just wasn't even paying attention to that. But nah, I just seen him hit the game winner and we went crazy. Because like I said, that was a big game for us. Like Pitt was tough.
Yeah, no, they were. They definitely were.
Yeah.
So you going into that, and you seen it on ESPN multiple times. Every single day, they keep playing that same play over and over and over.
Right.
So what is kind of the response from people? They reaching out to you, and like, what's kind of the response after you guys win that whole tournament?
It was crazy because like we always had a good time out in New York at in Manhattan and stuff. So that was definitely crazy. At the time, I don't think Kemba had a Twitter at the time. He wasn't on social media, so now we just show him all the love he was getting and shit like that. It was definitely special. It was big for us, definitely, to play 5 games in 5 days. That was pretty crazy.
I remember I seen one interview that you did. I forget what the homie's name is, but y'all was just excited as hell. Like, we about to have some. I think I posted this too. I don't know if I.
Beverly. That's Kevin's right here, there, right? Yeah.
Okay, he's from New York too.
He's from excuse me, that's Westbrook's right hand man. He's from LA.
Oh, okay. He's like, he a cool dude.
Yeah, he's good. He's tough. He just he played a guy on a lot of tough guards. It was tough for him to get, he played behind Kemba and Baz, Dyson, AJ Price. He played behind some tough guards.
But the thing about y'all, that team specifically, everyone played their role. Like down to you, Alex, Shabazz, Kemba, like y'all knew at the end of the day, if the ball needs to be put in the rim for the game winner, that goes to Kemba. Right. You know what I'm saying? If it comes to banging on the boards and getting these block shots, that's Alex. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, y'all all played y'all role and did it very, very well.
Exactly. Yeah. Nobody was for the most part, nobody was, hating on each other and none of that. So it was definitely a dope experience. We had a good time.
So going after that, man, you're Big East champions. Do you feel like teams are now finally starting to like respect you guys, and the nation is starting to really recognize what you guys got going on?
Yeah, absolutely. Because we was already hot. Because like I said, we had Kemba. He's the best player. So we already had that attention. We had a lot of ESPN games because of that. So now we definitely thought we could win the tournament, the whole thing after that.
So what was you guys ranking coming in after that Big East championship?
Into the tournament, what was we like we was like a 4 or 5 seed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we was like a 4 or 5 seed, I believe.
You remember that first matchup?
Yup. Bucknell.
Yeah,
Bucknell.
What did y'all play at? Because I remember it was like always a random place that first game.
DC.
Okay.
The first 2 was there at DC. First 2 games.
Was it like that first game?
Yeah, the first game was like, they had a good big man. He was pretty soft though, but he averaged like 20 in a conference play for them. He was pretty good, but the first game was pretty light.
And then like next game y'all stay in DC, and then y'all have a game the next day.
Yep, we played Cincinnati. That was a tough one. Because I guess we played them already like 2 times. That that was our Big East play. That was, so we seen them before. So that it was actually like losing the whole game pretty much. Yeah, and we ended up stringing that one out. That was the first time I heard Kemba like he rashed on us that game. Like he was upset. We was playing terrible that game. They was pressing us and shit. For the first time, that was the first time we got pressed. We got Kemba. Nobody really pressed us. Yeah, they pressed us, and Yeah, that was a tough game.
And then you guys kind of pull that one out,
Right.
and then you guys kind of advance and move on somewhere else. So
Yeah. After that, we went to Cali.
mm. And who'd y'all play against there?
First round in Cali, who we played? Kawhi. We played Kawhi, San Diego State.
Did you know Kawhi would be Kawhi?
Hell no.
What was he like?
Nah, he
Played
was
against him over
good.
there.
He was good. You know, he was in the Elite Eight, you know, as the best player, so out of San Diego State. Now he was good.
Mm-hmm.
He was a good rebounder. And but offensively he didn't have none of that shit he has now.
What about defensively? Did you all compete against him? Did he play you on the
Yeah,
defensive side?
I got him a lot. He was strong as shit. I remember that.
Mm.
I remember that. He actually got a tech that game too.
Yeah.
With Alex. Alex remember that shit. I don't know if he's still on here. Yeah, him and Alex got into it.
Is
So
it?
he was tough though. He was tough.
So more so like a defensive play. He wasn't really had the offensive game yet.
Yeah, he was a great rebounder. I think he averaged like 10 rebounds. You know, like I said, he was strong as shit. Like, yeah, he was a killer, but he was nothing like the offensive shit. Like, you know, he could shoot, go off the dribble and shit. It was nothing like that.
Yap's hilarious. I should get him out of here. Shout out to Yap. Want to check in.
Yeah.
So transitioning from there, after San Diego State, you guys played against Arizona.
Yeah.
How was that game?
That was tough. We who was that? That was Derek Williams. He was tough.
Yeah,
Number
he
2
was.
pick.
Yep.
We we squeezed by that game. They actually had I think we won by like 1 or 2 points that game. They actually had a wide open 3 to win the game.
65-63. I got it right here.
Yeah, they had a 3 to win the game. Wide open 3.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Fogg, I remember he missed. He's tough too. He still play like in the TBT tournaments and shit like that. He's
Yep.
tough. Yeah, he missed a wide open 3, so we snuck out of there with that.
So you can see each game is getting tighter and tighter.
Yep.
That first game, you almost won by 30, 81-52. Then you got the game against Cincinnati, 69-58.
Yep.
Then you got San Diego, 74-67. Then you guys just won by 2. And now it ain't getting no easier. Now you're going against Kentucky.
Right.
So what was that like? Because you played them, you say, your freshman year, right?
Yeah, we played up that year too.
Okay.
So it's our second time I played against Kentucky this go around. We beat them at the Bowie.
Oh, yeah, yep.
And so we played them again. And they was good. They was just young. Obviously, you know how they always young as shit.
Yeah.
And fortunately, that wasn't one of the years that they you know, that they was crazy. But now they was good. They just they didn't have nothing for Kemba, them guys.
Yeah, they had I see they had Brandon Knight, Terrence Jones. So they didn't really have like the, you know,
Right.
the John Walls or the D Roses.
Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis. Yep. So that game, did you guys go into it feeling like, yeah, we can win this whole thing, or you just taking it game by game?
Yeah, game by game, definitely. Because like you said, we just squeezed by that one. So at that point, yeah, we knew anything could happen. Nah, it was tough. Kentucky was tough though.
Yeah.
Bodies. You know,
And they were still wasn't like they were chips. Like they were still Kentucky. They were still tough.
Yeah, they was tough.
They were still tough.
Yeah, they was deep too.
And then you guys squeezed by. You guys won by 1 that game. 56-55. Yeah.
Oh shit.
And then coming into that next game, man, that's the big one.
Yeah, Butler. They was tough. They beat
it was
VCU.
a sensation.
I remember VCU. VCU was in the Final Four that year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they was tough. We felt like we could win that game. That was, you know, Gordon Hayward left. They had Shelvin Mack though.
Yep.
And they actually beat Pitt to get them out of the tournament on a buzzer beater, a tip in.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they was good. Defensively, they was crazy, but offensively, they wasn't Yeah, we felt like we could win that game, definitely, going into that game.
What was the game plan going into it?
Like moving the ball. We knew they was gonna try to take Kemba out the game, which they did. You know, Kemba didn't have really a good game shooting, but you know, he figured out how to get it done. Um, Baz hit some clutch free throws that game to pretty much seal it. So yeah, they was tough though. They was tough defensively. And, you know, it was a terrible game.
Yeah.
You know, field goal wise, and you know, to watch it probably looked crazy, but no, it was a tough game. I think
So
we was, I think we was losing at halftime.
yeah, I was losing, and then Calhoun said he had to really talk to y'all though.
Yeah, he went crazy. Yeah, that's why that's why I remember it. That's why I say, yeah, he went crazy in the locker room during halftime. Yeah, he went nuts.
Then you guys came back and really strapped up though. There was the emphasis on defense, or once he kind of told you guys that, y'all just locked in.
Yeah, we just locked in. We just locked in after that. As a unit, we just locked in. You know, Kemba started hitting a couple shots and stuff. Lamb got going. So yeah, it was yeah, ended up pulling it out.
And you guys held the 12% shooting on the field goal percentage too,
Dang.
which is crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. Yeah,
And that's the lowest in history.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then your coach became the oldest coach to ever win a national championship.
Yeah, he deserved that. He worked. He worked. I was a good guy, man. I am nothing against him. He's a good dude.
You was a part of history all the way around, man, from the Big East tournament, like that whole year, even though, like you said, you was fighting niche and things like that, but that was like a historic year from the beginning to end.
Right, exactly.
Did it feel like that?
Yeah, it was dope. We won every tournament we played in. It was a dope experience, and we knew that was Kimba's last run. So you know, it was dope.
So becoming a national champ, what was that like? The buzzer hits. I remember you kind of leaning over and just waiting for the buzzer to hit zero. That buzzer hit, you jump up, do that.
Exactly.
So like, what is like your mentality once you realize, we really did this though?
Now it was special. It was I couldn't believe it. To be honest, it was crazy. And we was out in Houston. We had a good time. Who was out there? That's when Hasheem Tariq, he was on the Rockets.
Yep.
So yeah, he actually took us out after. A few of us went out. Not the whole team. I think probably like 5 of us went out. And he rented out like a strip club for us and shit. So
oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, we had a strip club for ourselves and shit. He gave us
money. That's wild.
It was dope.
Oh, so you're national champion. Guys go out, have a great time. But I know like when you reach that type of accolade, it don't stop there. So when you guys get back on campus, what's that like?
It's crazy. Everybody's outside already, and the environment was special. It was definitely crazy. The gym was packed. I think they might have hung Kemba's jersey right there. I think. Yeah, it was crazy.
So, which your mentality at that is just like, okay, I'm gonna come back. We're gonna do this thing again. Like, did you ever start thinking about the next year right after, or you just want to enjoy this time and then worry about that when you come back?
Now I knew I was out of there after that. That's when I already knew I was transferring. I knew how to get at that point I knew how to get surgery. That's when I knew how to get surgery on my knee. So I had to get surgery, and that's all I was focused on, getting my surgery and trying to get back and playing wherever I decided to go the following year.
What was wrong with your knee?
At that time I didn't know, but I had cartilage missing, so it's like my bone was rubbing, against each other, and so I had like 3 different surgeries and shit, and I was never able to get back when I transferred. Never able to really get back on the court.
So you knew you were transferring. Did you kind of tell them, give them a heads up, or you just kind of didn't tell anyone?
Yeah,
kind of held you?
So I called my guy at the time, Chris Driscoll, and I told him I'm like, it's time for me to go. And he's like, what was you thinking about going? And at that time I had no idea. I don't know, but I'm like, I'm ready to transfer now. And this is like this is probably like 2 weeks after the season, and He told me to go talk to Calhoun. He said, tell him what your plans are. Well, he told him, ask him what, he told him to ask him what he had planned on doing with me next year. So I had a meeting with Calhoun, and I told him, on my year, I plan on transferring. I told him that I wanted to play more minutes,
Mm-hmm.
and he asked me if I had any schools in mind he could try to help. I'm
Yep.
like, nah, not right now. And he asked me what kind of minutes was I looking to play next year, and I told him the minutes I wanted to play, and he told me that he was telling me stories how guys wanted to transfer and I'm staying and had good careers, but he'll support whatever decision I had, and if I need any help, just to come talk to him.
So then, got to bring it up. So then, incident happened where you were in the paper, and so you got arrested for certain possession. So what was, you don't have to get into specific details, but
No,
what kind of went into that? Because I remember when it kind of like for his Boston, everyone's like, how could he do this? Like, he has so much going for him, and he just throwing all, you know how all that chatter
right,
goes.
exactly, yep.
But no one really know the real story and the true story. So can you kind of just get into that a little bit?
So it was spring weekend, and I was up there with a couple of my younger guys up there, and it was after the season, and we was smoking and stuff, but at the time we wasn't. But we smoking previously, so right when we just came back, I just got some weed and we about to smoke. The police come, and I'm in a 4-room apartment. My room is the last one, and yeah, they come in there, and I heard them coming in, so I try to hide the weed. It's crazy. It was only a 3.5. That's what's crazy.
And they were making it seem like you had kilos.
Right, exactly. It was it was a tray. Yep. So I hid that shit. So when they came in, they pointed to like a roach on my dresser. They was like, yeah, we could arrest you for that.
Mm.
And they said, yeah, we didn't want to tear your room apart and stuff. So I just gave it to them, thinking they just gonna take it and just go away.
Mm-hmm.
So now I gave them a 3.5 and they arrested all three of us.
Damn.
Yeah. But I think one of my teammates told.
Mm.
Yeah. I think one of my teammates told. Crazy, nasty.
So once you kind of see it, because the way they blew it up was crazy. So once you kind of see how mentality is like, okay, I'm definitely out of here, or just like I ain't saying to
Yeah.
nobody. I know the story. Like, what was your mentality into that?
Yeah, Calhoun. He actually gave me a lawyer, Calhoun. Because he after it happened, Calhoun called me and he explained to me that it was gonna be on like ESPN and shit, and he told me you're gonna be all right. I'm gonna get you a lawyer and stuff. And this is after this is before I transferred. So when that happened, a lot of people think I was transferring because of that happened, but
Yep.
I already had transfer in my mind. I already had my
Mm-hmm.
mind set up.
So then once you got kind of done with that whole thing, and you, was it like people, were they hesitant to take you Hofstra? Were they a little bit hesitant to taking you, or were they kind of just?
No, I didn't have every school I was interested in was willing to take me, and yeah, the transferring process was weird because you gotta like they contact it's kind of awkward because they contact the so I go in and I tell them I want to transfer, so now all the schools that's interested in you, they contact like the office, so every day after class I gotta go in there and see what school's called.
Mm.
So that's how it works.
Okay. And when did you make that decision to go there, Hofstra?
um that was the only school I visited. I cut my list down to like I think like three schools. I cut it down to Hofstra, Missouri, and Miami.
Mm.
And yeah, I wanted to kind of stay close, and I wanted to go somewhere that I knew I was gonna have the ball in my hand, and I was gonna play like every minute that I wanted to play.
Do you well, before we get to that, how was that experience for you over there?
Nah, Hofstra was dope. It was dope. The setup was perfect. Yeah, it was. I went there, New York is a lot of media out there and stuff, and they had a pro that was playing with Golden State the year before I got there. He was tough, so nah, it was set up. The setup was perfect.
Hmm. And so, were you there just for that 1 year? You stayed for both years.
Now I was there for 2 years, so they did me a favor, because I kind of figured after um after my sit out year, I kind of figured that I wasn't gonna get back to myself, so they actually let me figure out. They actually let me stay there and get my degree and shit. So shout out to Hofstra, definitely.
That's dope. That's dope. So it's kind of winding down on everything.
Uh,
Do you have any regrets on that decision? I'm moving on.
no, definitely not. Nah, Hofstra was a perfect setup. Actually, one of the coaches my freshman year at UConn, he ended up going to Hofstra, so I had that connection. And then
Yeah.
at Hofstra, the coach let me handpick some guys to come in. So I grabbed a couple of transfers. I got a guy from Penn State, Teron Bowie. He was really good. And we had a lot of transfers. We had some guys from Hawaii. Now we had a really good team. We had a
Hmm.
really good team.
So how would you describe your basketball career?
Um, I'm impressed by it. I had a good career. Definitely had a good time. I didn't played on every floor besides the NBA floor. So I had a good time. Played with some good guys, a lot of good players. You know,
Hmm.
definitely, definitely had a good career.
Are you? Do you ever have those times where you kind of look back and wish you kind of did anything different, or you're kind of at peace on where you are?
Now I'm definitely at peace where I'm at right now. Definitely. So I know if my knee wasn't messed up, I know I'll be playing. I think I'll be playing at the highest level. So I'm at peace with it. Definitely. Just looking forward to giving back to the younger generation. We got some special talent coming out of Boston soon. So yeah, just looking forward to it.
That's dope. That's dope. So, like I said, just winding down. What's some advice that you got for like the younger talent coming up? People like shout out to Terrence Clark going to Kentucky. Um,
Right.
you
He's
got people
special.
like LeVar that played in my tournament. Whole bunch of. I don't want to miss any of them youngest names, but you got any advice or any words of wisdom for them going into their
Yeah.
first years?
Yeah. It's definitely gonna be an adjustment. It's gonna be days. It's gonna be days where you feel like they're gonna feel like they could be a top 5 pick, number 1 pick, and then it's gonna be days where they be like, I'm nowhere close to, you know what I'm saying? So it's definitely gonna be like that. They're gonna have a good time. They got to stay focused. A lot of distractions and stuff. But them guys are special. Definitely.
Because I remember. I'm gonna just bring it up. So Terrence wasn't so familiar with your story.
Uh huh.
And that honestly was one of the main reasons I wanted to put this together and talk to you.
Uh huh.
I'm like, listen, he's a national championship. He was one of the top players. He was tough, one of the top
Right.
players in the state. Like at your position, I play similar positions,
Right.
tall, lanky, can handle, can shoot.
Right.
So I'm like, I think it's very instrumental, like I said, for us to kind of continue this and just kind of get this history out and kind of show people that came before them. So, is there any last words you got for the people? Any, like I said, words of encouragement you got for the younger individuals, or just kind of some things you look forward to doing in the future, working with the young youth?
Yeah. Just keep working, man. Just put your head down, keep working. I'm definitely looking forward to watching Terrence Clark. Actually, me and Chiz, we was gonna pull down to Houston to McDaniels game, but all that shit got shut down. But we
Yeah.
was gonna go check him out and shit. But nah, definitely looking forward to watching him play and all the other younger guys. And but nah, definitely looking forward to watching him play and all the other younger guys. And nah, just keep your heads up, man. Stay focused, keep working. Stay out of trouble. You know,
Did you get to see him play in the tournament last year?
who's that?
Terrence Clark, when I had the All Star tournament, did you get to see?
No, I didn't. I didn't.
Okay.
I haven't seen him play live. Actually, I did see him play live AAU one time, but it was like super light for him. So I
Okay.
never really seen him play against guys like his speed and all that. So definitely
Yeah.
looking forward to that. Definitely.
That's dope. That's dope. That's dope, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, I appreciate you, man, for tapping in with me, man. And you being a part of my first tournament, man. Y'all beat us in the championship. I'm a little bit tight about that. Uh, but I appreciate y'all, man. You and Chiz, man, always showing support, man. I appreciate the
Definitely.
love, man.
Appreciate you, bro. Definitely. I mean, this year look like it's canceled, but with the following year,
Yeah, this year's canceled, but we're gonna be back next year for sure.
yeah, appreciate you. You got a dope platform, fam. Keep it going, bro.
Appreciate you. Like I said, I'm gonna need your help, man. Getting people like Alex and all these other guys.
Nah,
Oh,
I
actually,
got you.
before we go, real quick. So, kind of Kemba coming to Boston,
Uh-huh.
right? What is
Yeah.
it like, kind of seeing for you, seeing him here with, like, seeing him here in Boston now? You just play with him in college at UConn, and you see Brad Stevens now. You compete against him in the national championship.
Right,
Now
right.
he's a Boston Celtics head coach. Like, is that ever like a whirlwind for you? Like, yo, this is kind of crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. Nah, Kemba fit right in up here. He's a super humble dude. Nah, he gonna win a lot of games for us up here. He's tough. Like Kemba, I was definitely before all the All-Star game shit and all that. Like at UConn, he was the best player I ever played with. So shout out to him. Definitely.
Do you guys still keep in contact at all?
Not as much. I kind of let him do his thing. But
Yeah,
now he left me tickets and shit a couple of times like that. But you
that's
know,
fire.
shit like that. Definitely.
Well, bro, I appreciate you, man. I don't want to hold you too long. I appreciate it, man.
You
Um,
already, bro.
we're gonna
Appreciate you,
keep it
bro.
vibing. Yo, listen, I'm gonna talk to you out camera about other things
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got going on, but I just want to keep locked in, man, and keep building, bro.
Facts, definitely, bro. We gonna link up and all that.
Much love, bro.
All right, Brody. Appreciate you guys.
You too.